So it's the 27th
27th, yeah.
of April. We thought we'd do a bit of a plot tour. Obviously there's not an awful lot to see at the minute. Most beds are like this one, bare.
It's our first of the year though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So our plan for this bit is we're going to try and have flowers, aren't we, in these beds that are just here.
We've already got some flowers. We've got some Sweet Williams over there. This way, Ruby. There's not much to actually see in this bed, is there?
Although it's quite well planted up, isn't it, really? So there's, under the environment mesh, there's some brassicas to come out. We've covered this bed, which will become brassicas.
It's just covered to stop any weed growth now. We've got it dug over, isn't it?
And then there's a couple of beds with potatoes in.
Oops.
Far one is where we had strawberries, so it's a bit of a clearing crop, isn't it? And then down the bottom of this one is our parsnip bed. But there ain't any signs of any parsnips.
These are the pre-germinated parsnips, aren't they?
Yeah, they've been in about a week, I think, haven't they?
Yeah, but they've not pushed through. They had little roots when we put them in, didn't they?
So hopefully they'll be through quite quickly. This one's actually got a bit of above ground stuff. So we've some broad beans.
We've covered half of it, haven't we? Because there's nothing.
Beech Grove garden trick, isn't it?
We've nothing planted in that bit, so as we plant more broad beans in, we'll just fold the weed control back. It'll have done its job. And we've got over there some autumn raspberries, all gold, that are shooting.
There is a strong breeze today and it is bitterly cold.
It's absolutely freezing. Potatoes in this bed?
Yeah, that's our experimental bed.
Yeah, that's
Ulster Prince and Sagita. Whichever. Onions in this last one.
Which are sprouting, so we might be uncovering them soon.
Yeah, I think they can be uncovered now, really, can't they?
There's not much over the other side,
is there? Over the other side, beds are mostly cleared, ready for planting up. There's 2 left to dig over, isn't there? And then a row of summer raspberries along there.
The raspberries at this end usually do all right, and the ones at the far end as well. It's in the middle that we've got a
problem.
Bit of a dead spot.
I might try redigging them out and seeing if we can reset
There's
some
nothing in.
Well, I meant it needs digging though, doesn't it? There's some Spanish bluebells that will soon be coming out there.
Yeah, they won't cross-pollinate with anything because
we haven't got any.
There aren't any English bluebells round here.
No. So we've got some rhubarb that's got
Timberley early,
ready for pulling on there. Some good stalks in there. And then if we move down,
red
currants, we've been planning to dig them out and clear them out a bit, but we just haven't got around to it.
I reckon that big tree thing in the middle is a sucker or a self-sown plum.
And then, the apples are just really coming into blossom, aren't they?
Yeah. That one's Fiesta.
Yeah, so these on the left.
Looks as though that's going to be really
good. The left is the apple hedge. We don't really know what they are. They've been here for
Oh, we inherited it, didn't we?
Years and years ago. But this one's Fiesta.
Yeah.
Got plenty of blossom on there. That's the pear.
That's Invincible.
Tulips looking quite nice, but are just a bit past the best now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So sneaking through here onto the other side.
Yeah, over there we've got a blueberry that's just starting to come on flower. Josterberries have got some flowers. Do you want to go right through?
Yeah.
Come on, Ruby.
Our quince was absolutely covered last year, but there's not quite so many flower buds this year. There are some.
It's a bit early for quince though.
Yeah, I know, but you can see where the buds are going to be. Carrots in the far bed, won't it, when we get round to it?
Yeah. And we got some
there's some potatoes in there,
that
Nadine
bed.
and something else, wasn't it?
Charlotte,
yeah. Something been stamping around that bed, I can tell that now.
And we've got the cherry tree netted.
Yeah. Whether it'll work, don't know. But whatever, if we don't cover it, it won't work because the wood pigeons will absolutely devastate it. So hopefully we'll get something off that.
I suppose the only thing is whether the net prevents pollinators getting in.
Well, if it does, it does. We haven't lost anything, have we?
And we've got perpetual rhubarb, Poulson's Pride.
We had some of that, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
And then the rhubarb next to it is raspberry red, I think, or something like that, and it's a much later
there's
variety.
There's raspberry red and there's also giant crimson grooveless.
Yeah.
That looks to be going to have a quite large bit.
Yeah. And then this side, winter onions and garlic.
Yeah.
Looking quite good.
And what's more, the ones that we transplanted that had grown in cells that we put in the gaps look just as well as the other ones.
Yeah. And yes, the grass does need cutting and the dandelions taking back a little bit.
The one thing about the dandelions, apparently they provide early pollen and nectar for the bees.
Good. And over the other side are our two cardoons, which are looking quite well. If we have a wander down here, not a great deal to see. These strawberries were put in as well, just young shoots weren't they last year, in case we needed some, but we might just leave them now and see what happens.
And we're going to have some raspberries in this next bed, aren't we?
Yeah, put some.
And then, have we mentioned how the raspberries are growing here?
No. So they're going really well, aren't they?
Yeah. There's Sugano.
Still don't know whether we'll be able to get some out of there to fill that gap over there.
Yeah. Oh, Ruby.
We've got brassicas in here. There's some cabbages and calabres. They don't look to have enjoyed the cold nights. We've had a couple of nights, I think 3 nights now, where it's been down to virtually 0 degrees C. Freezing.
We've actually got some flowers on these.
Yeah, strawberries have got some flowers.
Got two grades of strawberries, I suppose you could say. These ones at this end have come from sort of runners from the ones at this end. And there we've got some flowers. And they're not blackened in the middle.
And then this bed has some peas in which have come through. If I lift this up, you can see in there that the peas have come through. There are peas. I notice in there, look, there's a volunteer potato that's been frosted.
Come here, Ruby. I have to weed those as well.
Yeah, well, once the top's off, we can, can't we?
Then we've potatoes in this bed, haven't we? Have you mentioned those?
These are our first earlies, aren't they?
Yeah, Casablanca.
A couple had stuck their heads through the other day, but with frost's forecast, I covered them back up. Unfortunately, they've all decided to stay under there. I don't blame them at all. Oh, stop, Paul.
We've got some geums in this bed coming up.
And we just do these two trees, so this red one's looking really nice, isn't it? So the red one's looking good, and behind it is Egremont russet. So they're looking quite good at the minute.
I've forgotten what the name of this one is. Tickled Pink.
Tickled Pink, that's it.
That's the one that has apples that are red right through the flesh, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is the perennial bed that needs some sorting out.
The intention was to do something about this bed this year, but
the intention was to do it through winter, but winter wasn't such that we could get down here, so it hasn't really got done.
That's the little geum that's on flower.
So I think that's a place to sort of conclude our first little tour of the year, don't you?
Yeah. Come here, Ruby.
So, thanks for watching.
Bye for now.